saw you walking in the street one day. It was a Sunday. You had flowers in your hand. You were dancing with your headphones on.
So the flight to Hawaii was actually not that bad. It was 6 hours total. Our first flight was 1 hour, then we had a layover where we had to wait another hour before our next flight arrived, and then the actual flight to Hawaii itself was another 5 hours. It was not bad at all. I was expecting it to be longer. Once we did arrive to Hawaii, we still didn't have a car yet, and we hadn't made any official plans for our first night there, so we just ended up going to some shops, exploring the area that we were staying in. In the morning, we decided to wake up super early to catch the sunrise, and for most of the times that we were here, we were going out like 2 to 3 times a day to make the most out of our days. It literally felt like we were living 2 days in a single 24-hour day. And that's probably because the time is set 3 hours behind than California, which is where we live in. So in a way, it worked in our favor because we did get extra sleep. So since we got up so early to go to the beach and watch the sunrise, we decided to stay at the beach until the sun fully rose. This first beach we went to gave us a really good impression and feeling about the rest of the beaches we were going to go to because of how clean it was. But yeah, soon thereafter we took some really pretty pictures and headed back to our Airbnb because at this point the sun had fully risen, which is what we were waiting for before we left the beach to get ready, freshen up, go get some breakfast because we still hadn't ate anything, and also to finally pick up the rental car that we would be using for the rest of the trip. I know I haven't talked to the camera much. I've just been on the go trying to get from point A to point B. Right now we're on the hike, and this was one of the first things we did today. In the morning, we went to a sunrise. We felt the water, which was actually proven to be true, warm, or at least it gets warm the longer that you stay in it. And then we went to go pick up our rental car after. Now we're on a hike called the Manoa Fall Trails hike. I just read it's around 3 miles, so hopefully the waterfall is worth it. Everything about this area is just so green, full of trees, and refreshing. It may be humid, but at least it's scenic. They're waiting for me. Stop to get water really quickly before driving to the Right now we're taking pictures on the road over there. We drove down the entire garden and we weren't sure if we were like supposed to park, but since there was plenty of parking spots, we just parked and came down here to start taking pictures. But it's still very humid. It's slightly windy, which is giving us like a good breeze. Since we're going to the beach after this, it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be worth it. It's gonna be refreshing. We just got to the beach right now and the water looks so... I literally slept in the car because having to wake up extra early is even harder. My water shoes on, my goggles in the car, and when we rented the car that we have, they gave us free little surfboards. now that we've finished here at the beach, we're probably gonna go get some more food because we've only ate one thing today plus a snack. So.
Cherry flavor.
Snorkeling, but then we made a reservation on the wrong website, so we ended up doing last minute paddleboarding. Didn't think it was gonna be that fun just because I've done it before and I didn't think it was that fun, but the nature that surrounds this lake just switched the vibes completely from the last time that I did it. And after this, we're gonna be going to the North Shore, which is a really pretty beach. I think they have an area to be cliff diving, so I'm just gonna switch the plans from tomorrow's to today's and the ones that we have today for tomorrow.
I saw you walking in the street one day, it was Sunday. You had flowers in your hand, you were dancing with your headphones on, didn't care that everyone was watching you moving to the beat, cause swerving in the street just to get a glimpse of you. You were posing for them, yeah, you were striding for them, cause you know just what you do.
So done with getting into the water, but we basically have all our plans surrounded in the water, or like in the water, so but it's fun. It's like things you need to do in Hawaii.